the plan of attack we began with this morning was to trade inside the inside day, trade inside the wedge. So we knew when price fell, I tried to buy. We also knew this morning we had some major support down here, and so when price fell again, I tried to buy. So we began this morning with the plan of attack, inside day, and a price wedge, which meant as price rises or falls, I'm first going to look to be buying, right? That fake out breakout. It's a specific personality trait of a wedge pattern or an inside day. Now, at some point, though, I've got to be aware this turns from an inside day to an outside day, breaks the wedge. At what point do I now begin to understand this isn't going to be a consolidated day? This thing is running to the downside or to the upside. At some point this morning, I needed to have a level where I said, all right, we're no longer looking to buy. Now we're going to look to sell. Okay? Because again, we began our morning this morning with the simple plan that as price falls, we're going to be buying to bring it right back up into that inside day. So what did we find today? What did we see this morning that was going to give us that clue? By the time we get through the US Open, where are we right now? And of course, at this point, remember we said, if price gets below that previous low of day, sellers are in charge. And then remember 16.5, we're now starting to see here, we're getting close to that tipping point. So I'm still buying here right now. But once I get below that 16.5, I now know, giddy up, right? Look out below, sellers should be in charge here. So we're starting to be aware of this now. We know that we got the price action selling off right now, but we know that we're still not in the clear yet. And this was one of the most challenging parts this morning, was that we kept going to new lower lows. I'm first going to follow my plan and disqualify the long first. So after the 9:30 US Open, we find ourselves down at the previous low of day. Remember, if we stay above the previous lows, we now have buyers in charge, and we should go all the way back at the previous highs, right? That's the theory behind it. So at 9:35, two-step pattern long, I try to buy, and I get +4, right? +5, -3. At 9:36, again, I'm trying one more time. Very sloppy today at points on gold today. Got some pretty good money out of the one at 9:36. 49 ticks here now. We go right back up. But look what happens. Buyers now fail. They can't break back above that wedge, right? Remember, if they broke back above this, now we'd be going right back up again. Once again, buyers fail. Now, bam, we break below the previous low of day. You know what that means. Below the previous low of day, I have no choice but now to think that the seller is now in charge. New lower low, sell the retracement, and at 9:47, 21 more ticks. Now, the goal of this was to get the profit target down at that 16.5. That was the goal. As you can see, though, this was probably the most frustrating part about the day today. We knew exactly where price wanted to go. It was just we couldn't get there without having a big wide stop. And we talked about this in training today, guys. It's so important that we use the same trade management. We don't want to go changing our strategy just for one day like this. So yes, I could have stayed in that trade if I wouldn't have moved my stop down. But that means I'm like a fish out of water now. Now I'm doing exactly what I don't want to be doing, and that is curve fitting my trade management or my trading strategy for whatever is happening right now. Now, if this was happening every day for 10 days in a row, different story. Okay, but this is just one day in a series of many days in which, of course, like I said, it's disappointing we weren't getting that +5, +10, +55 like you can see it could have happened. But at the same time, I'm not going to take that 20 tick stop because it's nothing worse than going +5, +10, -20. All right, I'd rather lock up that money. Remember, it's protecting capital first, then making profit second. So we knew here at 9:47, and again, like I said, disappointing we didn't get the big, huge runner, and that was pretty much the story of our day today ever since we got through 9:45. We kept seeing these big moves, but so whippy trying to get them down. And why do you think it was so whippy? Maybe it was because JP Morgan's clients were feverishly selling after they were told to buy the highs 2 weeks ago. I assume, though, it's all the mom and pops out there that are saying, hey, Jeffrey called, he's selling his gold, should we sell our gold? Should we sell our gold? Okay, I mean, literally, that's what's going on right now. emotions are kicking in and people are going, oh geez, they warned me about this, right? JJ said not to buy, right? So that's what's happening now. So you're seeing now below the previous high of day, outside day. We watch as the buyers keep failing. We try to follow our plan and keep buying at support. We break below the previous low of day, we're off to the race to the downside. Now, we've got that major support at 16.5 and we've got that channel. Remember we talked about this earlier. If we hit the lows of that channel, if we hit the 16.5, I'm going to buy that support. But this is the last time, right? This is the last point where we're buying first. Okay, follow the plan.